Early morning. What say you? That light's kind of... Is that light distracting? Get some people up in here. Scott, what's up? What is up? Am I the only early bird? You and me, man. You and me are getting it done. I'm sorry. You and I are getting it done. Proper English, right? Proper English is important. So I'm here at the shipper. Another day in paradise. Next gen, what's up, Big Rich? Yo, big dog, Big Rich. Fellow big dog. Did you like my thumbnail, Rich? Thought I'd give him a better beard picture. Yeah, Daniel's been slacking here lately, Mr. Jen. Jonathan Wheeler, what's up? I think I saw the yard guy hit a trailer. I could be wrong, though. But I'm here in Oklahoma City getting loaded. And it's weird, man. The door I'm at is by itself. It's not like with a row of doors. So I hope that doesn't mean I'm in the go F yourself, you're by yourself section. CPAP, what's up? Wiggle Wagon Pat. But out of all the facilities of this particular company, this is a pretty nice one. Easy to back in, nice clean warehouse. It looks brand new. Looks brand new, so. Short bus door, yep. No more than Snorlord, says Shadow Wolf. Like that new truck, I guess it wasn't yours. No, it was clickbait. Someone commented, another Snorlord clickbait. No, I was glad to meet up with Yeti because, you know, he and I get along pretty good, and I don't think he gets enough credit. And I wanted to see the inside. I've never been inside a Peterbilt 389, so I don't know what the sleeper looks like or any of it. So I was just curious. But am I in a position to buy a new truck? No. Mainly because right now I want to keep my costs low. I think the trick to buying a new truck is to have enough down and enough trade-in to keep the cost lower so you're not paying like $4,000 a month. John Cater, what's up? Adam Gallagher. 3-day holiday weekend, loads are slim. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I got a broker, she called me yesterday, right after I booked this load. It's the same company. And they're like, hey, we got a load coming out of Missouri Monday morning if you want it. I told her I'd have to see how this load goes. How's the weight loss journey going? Really good. I think last count, I'm flirting with 330. But I have officially lost 20 pounds since GATS. And I'm loving this, man. I'm loving it. It's like I've done weight loss things before, and I didn't document it, but I was doing an all juice fast this time like 5 years ago, and I lost a ton of weight. And I thought it was the juice, but it was the fact that I wasn't you know, that and calorie restriction. But when I did that, that's a way different than how I'm fasting now. And it's kind of like night and day, man. It's pretty cool. So, I have you to partially thank, Next Gen. Alright, CPAP. Mr. Barrett, what's up? Big Rig CEO, how's it going? Your thumbs are still cramped from last night. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. Snower, the trick is to run the wheels off the one you have, save the cash until you can pay the cash. It takes a long time. Congrats on the weight loss. Yeah. I hear you. I'm in no hurry to trade off this truck, man. I'm really not. What's your goal in the weight loss? High school weight. If I could wear extra large shirts again, that would be great. There's really no set number. I'm just gonna do it until I'm satisfied with how I look. But it's not about looks. It's about feel. Man, I feel. It's like I look in the mirror and I don't look that much different. Although I could tell some differences. I could definitely feel it. Like you poke me Pillsbury Doughboy style. You know, the fat feels softer if that makes any sense. And getting in and out of the truck is a lot easier. I just had to sweep out my trailer, and that was like I wasn't winded, and I could get in and out of the trailer easy. It's been awesome, just the way I feel. Like, even if the number from the weight loss wasn't there, I feel so much better. I'm serious, Big Rich. I'm serious. Thank you, Jonathan. But I definitely want to be around 200. Take some pictures each month. I need to do that, Next Gen. They've told me to do the same thing, and I was like, well, I got the videos, you know, and she's like, no, take a picture. You know, I like what you did with your mirror pictures. I need to start doing that. Thank you, Shadow Wolf. Yeah, and it is a way of life. I just saw a Facebook post where I guess there was a doctor on the Tim Ridley show or whatever saying that the bad thing about keto is that when you start eating carbs again, that you're going to gain the weight twice as fast. Well, yeah, duh. You know, when you quit cigarettes, you realize how toxic they are to your body. Same thing with processed carbs. So I think the sugar industry will be okay without my presence because they're a multi-gazillion dollar industry. So I have no desire to have any of it. You know, and you got the holidays coming. My family's real big about baking and treats and breads, and this year I'm not having it. Now, last year, I think I did okay during the juice fast during the holidays, but you know, it got difficult. But a lot of the things that I've learned since then, now I know why part of it was difficult, because I was still consuming too much carbs. So the vet told me my puppy had to lose a couple of pounds. I slowed down on her treats, and she don't like me much now. Shadow Wolf, if your dog's not a finicky eater, try to find some dog food that doesn't have any grains to it. A lot of dog foods have grains, and that is what's causing obesity in our pets. You know, that's my suggestion. I mean, we had a dog that was overweight. He passed away 2 years ago, and you know, tore the kids up, you know, and we had to put him down. But he just gotten so big, and then something else happened. He had something going on. something else going on. We had to put them down. So I know I'm not the only one. I'm sick to death of crappy food choices at truck stops. Yeah, I hear you, man. I remember before I started this journey, I ran out of hours and I was stuck at this truck stop. It's like a little crap hole in the wall, and all they had was these frozen pizzas that they heated up. They're like this big around, and that was it. And I didn't have any food on the truck. But the great thing about the way I'm eating now is that you don't really get hungry, and you can actually do all right with some of the choices that are in the truck stops. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's better than the fried foods and the breads and all that stuff. And I'll tell you what, guys, some people are more sensitive to carbs than others. And I fall in the more sensitive because I know that since I've quit all processed carbs, that I feel better. I'm not having, like, I'm not that guy that's in the fuel aisle and running to the bathroom. I'm not that guy anymore. I'm not, like, for example, here's the difference, right? So where I'm at, I'm literally down the road from the truck stops. They're off of exit 140 on I-40 in Oklahoma City. I got to scale this load. Now, normally in the past, I would go to the Pilot where they got a McDonald's, and I'd get my breakfast value meal, I'd get my coffee, and I'd be all good. But this time I'm going to fuel and scale at the TA. And when you stop eating as much, you kind of realize where you're habitually eating out of habit, eating when you're not hungry. So, Big John, what's up? She's so pickle. She's, I'm assuming, picky. Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, I hear you. I really don't crave sweets, Jonathan Wheeler. I mean, I really don't. I don't put sugar in my coffee. When I first started, I would buy these Kit Kats for cravings, but now I don't even have those anymore. My carb count is really low, and I just don't crave sugar. Kevin and Ollie, what's up? G-Man Transport, Ben Collins. You're right, Troy. It is an addiction. You know, once you are established on the keto style, having carbs for a day, holidays won't matter. Your body will just push it through. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. A lot of people think that keto, it's just a step in the process. You know, so if I have a spoonful of something during the holidays, I don't think it'll affect me, but just eating a piece of cake or something just kind of makes me cringe, makes me like just want to, like, it grosses me out. And that's a good place to be, you know. I wonder if they use those robot forklift people here, or forklift drivers. Man, I tell you what though, the minute I backed into the spot, my red light went on like that. So that's cool. Easy and Sons, what's up? Shallow. I got a corn dog yesterday, and as though I ate it, though, issues of eating it and got rid of it too. Yeah, man, I don't know, man, it's the whole viewpoint of food has changed, and that's what has to happen when you do weight loss, is you have to change your perception of food. You have to change your perception of what's actually food. And that's a challenge in and of itself, because we're inundated that, social engagements you eat, holidays you eat, you watch TV for 10 minutes, you're going to see like 5 or 6 ads. And, and you guys know as truck drivers, going down, the main drag in any town, what do you see? Nothing but restaurants, all the big chains. And and now families, instead of eating at the table at home, their only family event is to eat at the Golden Corral. And I'm guilty of that myself. And so we're always just like inundated with these food ads. I mean, right, Troy, I hear you. Jeff, what's up? Thank you, Shadow Wolf. But yeah, so I wasn't, and here's the thing, man. I was up kind of late last night, so we had to deal with a few things in Jeff's live feed, and I slept 6 hours. I feel pretty good. I've been sleeping better. It's just, I haven't felt this good since my juice fast, but yet there's no deprivation, man. There's no even the shipper trying to give me cookies and soda. Right. There's no deprivation feeling, man. Little Viking coach called me out again last night in this video, and I was in the middle of watching it when all the drama went down. And so I haven't finished that video, but I know he mentioned me, and he's doing these Friday fasts, and I'm in. I meant to comment on this video that I was in, because I wasn't in last week, because hung out with the guys, James and Harold, over there in Springfield. Shadow Wolf, how long are you going to be in Springfield? I park at rest areas on purpose, so I don't have to be tempted by all the truck stop food. Yeah, that goes back to what I was saying, man. Your perception has to change, because there is a lot of temptation. I have this extreme hatred for processed sugar now, and it might be a little, I don't know, borderline neurotic, but that's what's kept me from being tempted. Case in point, I like the fried fish over there at Big Cabin, and I love the fried fish, but I didn't get it. I didn't get anything, actually. I didn't get coffee there. So I get the temptation, because here's the thing. I was trying to do low carbs, but I was still eating fried fish, fried chicken strips, fried, breakfast burrito, not fried breakfast burrito, but breakfast burritos. And even though I was eating cleaner, that's how I lost my first 20 pounds this year, but it wasn't enough. I was still hungry. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a pretty big dude, and he was like, I'm always hungry. I'm like, that's a false hunger, man. And it's the carbs. There's a really good video. There's a channel. Check this channel out. The name of the channel is called From What I've Learned. And he did a video recently about diabetes and the obesity epidemic. And it tells you the science of why you're hungry when you're eating carb stuff. It's pretty interesting. Drink water. Yes, water is massive was a massive tool. In fact, I need that. And I've been drinking this electrolyte water stuff, and you know, I'm like Jake Cannell now. I've got the Life water. But a friend of mine told me that if you just drink filtered water, a gallon a day, and just not eat anything processed, you'll lose weight just by itself. Wow, 30 people here at 6:48 in the morning. Did I miss a video? Shadow Wolf was hose dancing. Oh, was that the Pete's Peterbilt truck wash thing? I haven't watched that yet. I watched Shadow Wolf's video of him waiting to be loaded. That was funny. Have you guys ever loaded at a place that had the robot forklift thingamajiggers? It's pretty weird. Like you go in the warehouse and they putt around at like 2 miles an hour, and when they put a load in your trailer, you know, they like get in the trailer and they line up just right. It takes like 5 minutes just to line up, and then they go in the back and then they put it down, and you can barely feel them in the back of the trailer. Next thing you know, you're loaded. You didn't even realize it. I think that's what's going on here. Someone needs to do a video about how robot forklifts are gonna take over the forklift industry. Rican Trucker, what's up? Yes, I got loaded at one of those places about 3 months ago in Ohio. I sat there for 6 hours because the robots were not working properly. Yeah, that's a bad thing, Troy. It's like, okay, well, can you get a forklift and kind of do what they need to do? I'll be till tomorrow to get stuff fixed that they fixed, but did not get fixed. Yeah, Budweiser, the last time I dealt with, I mean, I'm not saying that's what's going on here. It just reminds me of it. But the last time I was loaded by robots was in Budweiser in Syracuse, New York. Yeah, I actually went east a couple of times. But I thought I'd just be boring and shoot the crap while I'm bored here. I've already got my e-log filled out for the manifest. I've already got my GPSs set. This is a time that I would eat. This is a time that I would snack. And you know, a lot of boredom eating for me, man. So instead I do boring live feeds. It's awesome. Big John, what's up? Now I deliver this straight through today, and more than likely I'll be spending the night where I'm delivering. And then I'll head probably back home tomorrow. There's going to be 2 more parts to the waiting at a receiver video. Oh, okay, cool. You know, this YouTube thing, it's kind of interesting. Hold on a second. I'm trying to kill diabetes so I can go on the road. I've dropped 130 pounds, but want to make sure it's permanent this week. Still some more to go. Big John. Okay, Big John, check this out, right? I've got a friend of mine who became diabetic. And I told him about the movie or documentary, The Magic Pill. He started that lifestyle from that point on, and his blood sugar was cut in half within the first 2 months. First month, actually. And if you watch that film, you could see all these health problems go away for all these people. You know, it's not just hearsay. You see evidence. You see results. That's the thing, man. I know people personally that this lifestyle has changed. So you can see the results. And the reality of it is, it's just eating clean. Meat and vegetables. You know, and if you're a vegetarian, then vegetables. You know, and fruit, you know. And once your body isn't getting that processed carbs, you know, your insulin and your other hormones kind of fix themselves. And then your life changes, man. It's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have a lot of loose skin. I know that. So good on you, Big John. It's cheaper and healthier to do boring live feeds. LOL. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, another YouTuber called me boring. And it's funny because I know that my videos aren't everybody's cup of tea. And guess what? I don't care. You know, I played in a death metal band for 15 years. And the thing about playing death metal is that you're not widely accepted. You're just happy to do your art. And so when someone doesn't like a video, someone, you know, makes fun of the way I do videos, it doesn't affect me. So it's hilarious to me. There's a video I've got in the can. There's a video I've got not making fun, but it's parody of a certain YouTuber that has resurfaced to expose people. And really all they're doing is like bad Star Wars clips. Oh, it's funny, man. It's funny. Nothing witty. I saw you sneaking. Good morning. Big Yeti. Congratulations on your truck. It's funny, after I left, you know, I hung out with Yeti and I did a small glimpse of his truck, but his truck tour video is going to be pretty cool. He's got like 50 million gauges. I counted them. I think there's like 50 or so. And he's got like 314 lights, I think. And his wheelbase would have trouble with the place I delivered to yesterday morning. It's better to be boring, quote unquote, and have true subscribers than be today's Jersey Shore cast. I don't know, man. See, here's the thing, man. Popularity can be addicting. I mean, why else would I be talking to my phone in a camera for going on 20 minutes? 30 minutes. You know, there's a level of narcissism there with all of us YouTubers. And live feeds give you that instant buzz, so to speak. You know, when I do an edited video and people like respond to it and like it and everything, that makes me feel good. Yeah, you feel good. However, the live feed, it's instant because you're interacting with people. And so when you get 100, 200, 300 people in these live feeds like some of these guys get, you're basically in a room talking to 100, 200 people at the same time. And some people become addicted to that. So I get it, man. I get the rush of that. And, you know, being in a band, I did the same thing, you know. We played for, you know, 600 people, you know, that becomes addicting. So the next time you go, you know, you do a concert and only 30 people are there, it's like, ah. But the way I looked at it is if all 30 of those people are like, you know, headbanging and getting into it, then it's all good. It feels just as good to me. So I watched local bands get one of those big shows where, you know, they had a ton of people watching them, and then they would lose their personality. They would become addicted to that, and they would get upset if they didn't get that every time, and they would change. I mean, think about how many, oh man, such and such band was so good until they got famous. Then they became, you know, a-holes, you know, and that's what it is in YouTube. You know, one of the most humble people that I met in the YouTube world was Indiana Jack. And he's got more subscribers than anybody, you know. And that's awesome. But he's not doing live feeds either. Big Eddie says, I like being me. That's what I am, you know. If Kimasabi, what's up? Yeah, dude, turn your Jake off. If I, you know, it's just, you know. Oh yeah, Big Rig Radio. You bring up a good point. All they do is they give their companies a bad image because brokers, shippers, receivers watch YouTube, so you got to watch the company image, right? And to prove your point, Jeff, one of our brokers that we're on a first name basis with, he emailed me yesterday, said, "Hey, you had a really good video about the spot market the other day. I appreciate the things that you do." I'm like, whoa. So, you know, for you new guys that are doing videos that are running spot market, you got to watch what you say about brokers and customers, you know. Notice I didn't give the customer name here. And I'm not really griping about him anyways, because, you know, it does no good to gripe about being a shipper for 2 hours, because that's kind of the norm in a lot of places, especially you reefer guys. You'd be happy to get out somewhere for 2 hours. But Jeff's right. You know, they're watching us. And like, for example, when I was at GATS, the Landstar recruiter at the Landstar booth, he knew me. He knew who I was. And that's because in the old days, if you typed in Landstar in the search, I popped up. Because there wasn't too many guys doing Landstar videos. You know? And then you got some guys that left Schneider and then, you know, badmouth them after they left. Well, what if you have to go back? You know? So, Jeff's right. Jeff's absolutely right. Be real and keep it positive. That's all I do. It might be boring. I'm boring. And, what are you going to do? You guys want to see something positive? Check this out. We'll do something positive. Look at that sunrise. Look at that sunrise. You look at a sunrise like that and tell me if it's significant whether you got 5 subscribers or 20,000 subscribers. You look at that sunrise and tell me that you actually matter in this world, right? See, guys, All we are roaches on this earth. That's all we are. We're a nuisance. We've created our homes and we've destroyed resources, and we're just roaches to Mother Nature. That's all we are. In the grand scheme of things, when you have 200 people in a live feed, what importance does that have? The thing that I look at is when I die, my kids will have something positive to see on YouTube. My kids will have positive memories of me just doing my thing on YouTube. And to not contribute to the negative influence that our industry is so plagued with. Now, is it entertaining? Yeah. Was I entertained last night? Yep, pretty much. But like in a WWE kind of way. Now, you know, big valid point here. WWE, right? They have multiple 18-wheelers for the stage show, but they've got one or two buses. Think about that. One or two buses. So when you go to these different live feeds of people bashing other people, be it they're moderators on other people that are friendly with other people, in other words, you have to wonder how much is fabricated. Because I've got a couple of moderators that have trashed, you know, Jeff's name, you know. We're all intertwined in a way. And people like Indiana Jack seem to be isolated from all that because they don't go live. And in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. You know, all these different logics that put up, you know, these videos, I'm coming after you, and then they just point out the obvious. Like, oh, okay, so and so said this day, and then they went back on their word on this day. Okay, so what's your point? You know, it's like, who cares? That's entertainment, but in a WWE kind of way. When you call a broker, they ask for MC number, so they say, oh, load is booked, because they don't want that type of individual hauling their freight because they don't know how they're going to act as a customer. That's very true, Big Rig Radio Network. And I know people with a company that's very popular on YouTube that have told me that they have called brokers and they won't use them. And they won't say why, but, you know, I'm sure that goes on. We would never have figured it out, Big Rich. Pure egotism. They think they're the only people smart enough to add 2 and 2. It's all BS. I barely watch any of these trucking vids anymore. I know, Groundhog. It kind of, it turns a lot of people off to our, as Little Guy put it, YouTube careers. I think he did a video a couple of mornings ago where he said that his YouTube career was even more important to him than his trucking career. And that's fine. That's great. But I don't have that mindset. You know, this isn't a career. This is a hobby. Just like music, it wasn't a career. It was a hobby. And maybe it's because I can't do videos good enough that it can't be a career. And maybe it's because I can't play music good enough that it couldn't be a career. But I'm okay with where I'm at. And that's the important thing, man. People can throw insults all they want. What are you going to do? Call me boring? Whatever. What are you going to do? Call me fat? Okay. You know, short of attacking my family, you know, which, you know, everybody is pretty even on not bringing family into it. But there's not anything you could say that's going to offend me, because here's the thing, guys. Being offended is a choice. Let that sink in for a second. Being offended is a choice. For example, everybody, you got people that are offended with the rebel flag, right? They're triggered. And and it's amazing to me that you would give someone that much power to be offended. In other words, if I say something that offends you, and you dwell on it and you soak it in, and by the way, if my live feed gets interrupted, it's because I'm loaded. That means I have power over you. If I am always in your head, I have power over you. And that's why Mike Trucker is probably laughing, because he's getting talked about. His analytics have gone through the roof. Go to Social Blade and see what is going on with all the channels that mention RBT. And like I said, I'm not subscribed to RBT. And so what he does or says has no bearing on me. So he has no power over me. There was another YouTuber that did a whole video about, oh, so-and-so finally decided this and so-and-so finally decided that. It was like, why do you care so much? And so that person has power. When someone gets in your head and you're constantly thinking about them, and you constantly got to figure out a way to make fun of them, or you got to figure out how to troll their accounts and all this stuff, that's obsession. That is your way of going, hey, you know what? That person has power over you. I refuse to let anybody have that kind of power over me. And I laugh at people that think that they have that power over me. And and you got people obsessed with bankruptcies and how many lease agreements they've signed and all this other stuff. And it's like, why do you care? Why does that person in your head? Steve Burger, what's up? Big Yeti, there you go. I just want to be happy, healthy, and profitable, but I want that more for those around me. There you go. You meet Big Yeti in person, you don't get any egos, you don't get any judgments, man, and he'll give you good information. If I call Yeti today and say, hey, man, I'm going to this market, what would you do, or how would you handle this? He would be like, well, Steve, here's what you do, da-da-da-da-da, and that's the kind of guy Yeti is. There you go. Jeff says, Big Road, I unsubscribed from all of them. I have no time for BS. I'm busy running a company and taking care of my associates. Trail dog. I think I'm loaded. My suspension gauge is getting up there. You're offended by my beard because you can't grow one? Well, Big Yeti, that's a choice. Nothing winning. These people who get offended and triggered over every little thing are just admitting they have no control over the emotions. Like a bunch of 3-year-olds. There you go. Big Rich, I know he got that power over me or whatever. I agree, Harold. But you know, each their own, man. Everybody does their channel their way, and if they want to do their channel way, that's fine. It's entertaining to me, so it serves its purpose. But you know, if I'm going to be called boring, or you know, the fact that I'm thin-skinned because I don't want to go to Zello, so be it, man. I just laugh at it. Trucker Revelation did a video showing Big Rich's hair and my beard. I laughed at him. Because I know who it is, too. But I laughed at him. And a lot of these people talk in their circles and they think they got secrets, but they don't. So that's another topic for another day. What happened to the good old days of people like Eskimo Sean and Trucker 47? YouTube is just a circus with a bunch of clowns who think they can have 20. Yeah, I hear you, Steve Burger. Yeah, Big Yeti, enjoying that big 500 horse engine that doesn't break you down, right? You got called gay. Big Rich is another one, man. He just lets stuff roll off of him. Yeah, I'm a lease purchase driver, so what? I'm happy doing it and moving up, paying the bills, take care of the family, to be that successful. Anthony, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a lease operator at all. If you want to go to the big YouTubers, they're all lease purchase operators. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's a step. Some of my very good friends are lease purchase operators. And there's nothing wrong with that. So anybody who says that you're not a true truck driver or whatever, you know, it's like, oh, if you have an automatic, you're not a real truck driver. See, it's comical to me. It's a circus, man. It's a circus. And it's not boring. So, you know, that's why I'm not in the circus. Burger Journey 95, Wigwag Productions 97 Pills. Yeah, I miss Eskimo Sean. Eskimo Sean was one of the, like, he had funny parodies before it was a thing. And he gave up the YouTube thing for the very reasons that we're talking about. And it's a shame because there's some great YouTubers out there that make great content that have just gotten out of it. Caribou Coffee. Where did you get Caribou Coffee? Oh, you must be in Joplin. Are you in Joplin, Big Eddie? Harold is on vacation. Must be nice. Said the guy who took way too many days off the last 2 months. Jeff says, I was driving trucks when they were in high school. You got a green light, Scott? You're lucky. Yeah, you're in Joplin. You're in Joplin, like, strolling. You're like doing this. You got your steering wheel, and you're like, yeah, man. How about the Joplin Petro with the cool ride? That's what you're doing, Big Eddie, right? That's what you're doing. Chest's going to be loaded in 20 minutes. Anyways, what else you guys want to talk about? Cholo lifestyle. Yeah. I'm a narcissist myself. Man, it's like the perfect temperature out here, and this dude next to me is idling. That truck probably gets about 4 miles a gallon. It's an old Freightliner FLD. Jason Perry, you missed absolutely nothing, man. Nothing significant. Let's talk about you coming to the Jam Room of Doom. Burger, you'd be ashamed if you knew how badly I play guitar. But I got to do that sometime. Oh, Anthony, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Anthony T giving me the super chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Burger, if you guys don't follow Burger, you need to follow Burger. If you're a Snyder IC, he's got really good content. He's got good content for some general maintenance, but he's also an awesome guitar player. And he finally revealed some of his guitar skills in his latest video. Groundhog, you're going back to company driver? Are you just tired of it? Tell you what, man. Jeff brings up a point about the diet. The mental clarity I got is pretty cool. I'm remembering stuff better. And speaking of guitar playing, I can't wait to strap a guitar over my shoulder again, because it was getting so bad that I'd play and my gut, I'd have to wear it kind of weird. It was getting kind of embarrassing at band practice. Plus, standing during band practice was getting kind of hard. But now, I mean, you guys saw me at GBATS. Hold on a second. This is Steve. Good, how are you? No, I'm still at the dock, but I think they're almost done. And I emailed Carlos when I got here. I got here about 5:45. You want me to call or email you when I'm loaded? Okay. No problem, sir. All right, thank you, sir. Bye. That's how you talk to brokers. That's how you handle business. Anyways, I would love to go to PA and hang out with Burger and jam in his new room. He looks perplexed. Who looks perplexed? Oh, this guy's got a leak. He's putting water in his radiator. He's got a big puddle underneath. Not good. The Jam Room of Doom. I like that name. I like that carpet you got, too. I like that effects pedal. I need one of those. I don't know, I haven't bought anything new guitar-wise in quite a while. In fact, I was just telling the wife last night that I feel bad because we haven't practiced in a while. And I hope that the rest of the band doesn't think we're neglecting them. But I've just been concentrating on business, and they've got a lot of things going on themselves. So... yeah, that GT10. Now that you got that Marshall, is that a Marshall Microstack? When are you going to break out the big guns? I mean, you're out there in the middle of nowhere. Break out the big guns, man. Tell the kids go play outside and just let her rip, man. That's what I do. I get the big amps out and I just I'll just chunk open E gong, 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 just to piss people off. Because it feels good. Feels good. All right, guys. We're going to end this live feed. Thanks for watching, man. Life is too short to worry about the insignificant stuff. I know you haven't bought the 300 watt full stack house yet. That's what you need to do. Peel that paint off that new jam room walls. Make the picture frames come off the walls. And just annoy the crap out of the wife with that. This was boring. I know, Jeff. Jonathan Wheeler, I appreciate it. Anthony T, thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the super chat, guys. And if you watch this video for any information, I don't have any. Except I did demonstrate how to talk to a broker, so. And to each their own, man. You run your YouTube channel how you want. It works for you, that's cool. Just like what I do works for me. They're not in my head. Nobody's in my head. You know who's in my head? My kids, my wife, my business, my band, my music. That's what's in my head. And stay away from sugar. Stay away from it. Bad, bad, bad. Guys, take it easy. See ya.